And the police state ends with me. We made it one more day. Now I'm going to have to talk really fast today to get through all this information, so let's get started. I had yet another face-to-face direct harassment from friends and or family of Bartlesville police just a couple of days ago. And as you know, this is a repetitive thing and not even the first time this very example has happened. I just think it's time to start bringing these examples to these videos. I'll explain it in a very objective fashion first. Then I'll give you some commentary on the matter. I check my mail at my mailbox at about the same time every day. So I would guess this may have had something to do with the ability of these people to approach me like they did. Remembering that corrupt Bartlesville police officer that lives 2 doors down from me, the one I caught criminally trespassing on my property and stealing on security camera video that was later stolen by the gang of armed robbers, 5 other Bartlesville police, and Washington County of Oklahoma District Attorney. So I went out to check my mail at the mailbox, and just before I reached the mailbox, I heard the garage door open at the police officer's house. That is what very objectively happened. This is what very objectively happened. 3 males came out of the police officer's garage. They looked to be in their late teens, all of them. I cannot be certain, of course. And they began yelling at me. I could not make out exactly what they were saying, but there were insults and obscenities. I tried to simply ignore them and checked my mail, but as I closed the mailbox up, I noticed they were walking down the street towards me, and remember, not very far, they just lived 2 doors down. I walked at a normal walking pace back towards my house. They seemed to slow down, and as I reached my front door, they stopped before coming on my property. That is what objectively happened, okay? So did I feel threatened? I feel what they were doing was trying to make me feel threatened, and it was threatening behavior for sure. I did re-enter my home before I would normally have done so, as I like to walk around the front and side yard with my little dog a bit before normally going back inside. Do I feel like I did the right thing in not confronting them as they were coming at me? Yes, I do. Because I did not run from them, and I won't do that. I will walk normally to avoid this and other types of confrontations, but I'm no scared rabbit. If they wanted to approach me, they could have, because I walked slower than they were coming towards me. They wanted to threaten me, make me feel harassed, and force me to either run or back in the house, and they achieved most of that. Like I said, I won't run. I won't rabbit from these threats. I will not. If you want to catch me out in my yard, you will. And we'll go from there. But I would rather not. And you can bet you don't want to either. I would also like to note that I said not one word back to these people, and simply checked my mail and went back in the house. This is a near daily thing for me now. Friends and family of the corrupt Bartlesville police harassing me. I can't even go outside on my own property. I can't even remain inside, as I've mentioned a friend of that cop 2 doors down driving on my lawn and running into a pole attached to my house, shaking the house with a big bang. These people are so corrupt and can get away with just anything. At this point, I believe it may be time for me to work a bit harder to get these people on audio and video doing this. Although I really don't want to turn my life into a constantly carrying around a camera just to catch someone that no one is going to do anything about anyway. Meaning, even if I caught someone shooting me or hitting me with a bat, I'd just get ignored if I reported it anyway. Or I'd get blamed for it and the Bartlesville police would kill me instead. However, I will consider videoing beyond the security camera videos that are directed at my property. As those security camera videos lack audio, I would need to use some other form of video to catch what they're saying. someone just walking down the street, it doesn't prove anything. I needed the audio. So I'll consider that, but I tell you, I don't want to do that. I'm also considering posting video of the guy that ran onto my lawn and hit the post attached to the house and threatened me. I didn't get the worst of the threats on video because I didn't think to video it until after he started threatening me. He actually ran so far back on my lawn that the bang, I was taking a nap because I felt ill. I was asleep when this happened. The bang, he ran so far back on my lawn that the bang came near my back door of my house. So I poked my head out the back door, then he started threatening me. So I went back inside and got the camera and went out the front door to keep a distance from the threatening guy and videoed the rest of the event. But I do have him twice threatening to get his friend, the police officer, down the street and spouting the F word and threats of you don't want to F with me, and telling me what he's going to do to me and such, and running over flower plantings in the yard and tearing up my yard. Now, there were 2 other times he threatened that I didn't get on video to bring that police officer down here, and threatened, told me to go back in my house and threatened to kick my you-know-what and F you and you don't want to F with me, and I may, more than that even. I don't want to go into all those details because I don't have those on video. But let's just say he threatened my life. More than just grave bodily injury. I may post the video I do have on my Facebook page, but I don't know, and here's why. There is a benefit in holding off with such a video. The benefit of people trying to pretend that I'm lying. There's still people out there going, well, this guy's not telling them the truth in town. I don't know that people watching this outside of Bartlesville would believe that with all the information I've shared. But the people around here want to pretend like that this stuff never even happened. And me having a video that I can drop at any time on my Facebook page, if they continue to try to push that lie that it never happened, I think is a good thing to have. Hold that, folks. Keep pushing it. I've got proof of these things, and more than just that video. Meanwhile, I also have evidence, just like I have evidence of the corrupt Bartlesville police officer Anthony Lynn lied under oath. I have third-party evidence of that from a government agency. And that Mike Moore and James Brazel, the corrupt leaders of James Phillips Medical Center, lied to the police. I have proof. And I have evidence that the Washington County of Oklahoma District Attorney's Office has a history of using public seized funds for personal use. I have third-party proof. And I don't just mean friends or somebody like that. I mean government agency written signed documents. I mean, that's how corrupt we're talking about here. And I also have proof that Judge Vaclaw signed a warrant he absolutely knows has no probable cause, based on court rulings from his own appellate court. Corrupt rubber stamping Judge Vaclaw knows he's breaking the law, and I can prove that. I have a signed court document from his appellate court that proves that he absolutely knows from the start and right now that he's breaking the law. So, that's why they've dropped anything, coming after me legally. They're just sending people to harass me, is because they know that not only did they break the law, they know there's proof about it. So what are they going to do? Bring that out in the open? No, they're just going to send their friends and family, Judge Vaclaw's brother and all these friends and family of these Bartlesville police, to harass me to no end, trying to run me out of town. And they may achieve that, or they may not. Having these items and more keeps these people knowing what is coming when they escalate this, as eventually they are bound to do. Their demise in their powerful positions will end now or 20 years from now, at some point when people realize who they really are, beyond myself. Beyond me knowing it, other people will find out too. Having these items of evidence lets me know that when they kill me, it should only speed up their demise in power. And unlike when the corrupt Bartlesville Police, Washington County District Attorney, and corrupt Judge Backlaw stole the security camera videos I got of them before, criminally trespassing and stealing from me, this time I'm not the only person with the evidence. It is well backed up, off-site, and given to the right people to make sure the public gets it. So there isn't going to be any more raiding my home and stealing videos. That won't matter. All this, and even with all that, I'll still consider posting that video here and on my Facebook page and on YouTube, but we'll see. I'm leaning towards not, but I may. Now, on to another point real quick, and I'm running long today, but that's the way it goes. The thing a lot of people feel like is this: well, if someone came on my property and threatened me or came at me, checking my mailbox, I'd take care of them. I'd kick their butts. Well, first, I think all these people that are doing this are really just cowards, and it's hard to fear a coward. And other than words and harassment, I didn't believe they would do anything beyond property damage, which has already cost me hundreds of dollars in repairs. But I can't exactly take that to Judge Backlaw's kangaroo court, now can I? I mean, I can't get reimbursement for that. And no matter what somebody does, I am a human being. I'm a caring human being. I care about my fellow man. Even bad people, I don't want to harm. And property damage is no reason to harm somebody unless my life or myself, not just life, but my well-being is in danger. So I'm not welcoming property damage, but I'm just saying, realistically speaking, when you know what I'm about to tell you, think through what you mean. I'd go kick their butt kind of a thing. Second, you must understand, this is my big point. Second, you must understand, if the police come back down here to my house, I have no doubt they are going to kill me. Even if I was defending myself from these threats of their family and friends on my property, that is these cowards' goals, is to trick me into a confrontation so they can get the police to come back down here with an excuse to escalate the situation into killing me. Otherwise, these people would just attack me. They have every chance. I'm right here, and they know it. They know where I am, and I'm right here. I will not change the time I go out to check my mail for their threats. I'm not going to change that. So they have every chance, 6 days a week when my mail is delivered, to just come on. You know, like I said, I'm not going to confront them, and I will walk away. But I will not run, and I will not rabbit. So if they want me, they got me. So there's my point. Is there, you know, when you say, well, I just kicked their butts. Well, if you realize that when you did that, the point being is this: if I take a prideful view of these insults, harassments, and threats and get in a fight with these people, they will just bring the police down to my house. So doing something is a decision to end my life on that day, at that moment. It is not as simple as just doing something every time someone threatens me, as I will end my life for doing it. The police will just come down here and kill me, and the media will report it was my fault. My decision to be prideful in that situation and kick someone's butt for harassing me is also a decision for that to be my last day on earth. So, as an objective person, I think I'd like you to step back and go, well, you know, I'd kick their butts. I'd like you to rethink that too, because you have to. It's not as simple as kicking someone's butt. But, and I'll tell you this, more about but, and I'll tell you this, even with the risk of me being killed by the police, like I said in the video, if you threaten me, that's the title of the video, if I'm truly under threat, or I believe I am, and forced to defend myself, then none of that matters anyway. What will be done will be done. If you engage me, what will be done at that point. None of that thought, none of those objective thoughts I've gone through matter at that point. What I am is under domestic terror by the Bartlesville police. These are domestic terrorists and their friends and family and this coward police state ruling class around here. They're just terrorizing me. They're just terrorists, and they're cowards. It is very tiring and not a livable and acceptable situation, but this is the United States of America today. This is the police state. This is the Bartlesville police state. They can do anything they want. They single you out. Everyone else runs because they're scared to death. Friends and family run off. You're by yourself, and they do this to you. The difference is I'm not going to shut up about it. That's why I believe they'll escalate it. Now or 20 years from now, they're going to get held accountable in some way for this. And I'm not shutting up. Like I said before, I'm here, and if you've got to do something, then you got to do it. I'm not changing when I go to my mailbox. You want to catch me? You'll catch me. This is not a livable situation for me. This is not acceptable. This is no life to live. I will not rabbit and run. So, there you go. When I say, with that said, I'll see you tomorrow at the end of the videos, that is a goal, not a certainty with this roaming gang of armed robbers, the Bartlesville police, and their friends and family doing their bidding. You just keep pushing, folks. You're only quickening what is coming. And what I mean by that is I doubt I'm the only person you are threatening this way, now or in the past. Eventually, some senator or other person in power will wake up and say, this must stop. This has gone too far now. Then you'll lose your unchecked fascist coward local government and power. Until then, the rest of us have to live under this Bartlesville police state. But for me, the police state ends with me. With that said, I'll see you tomorrow.